In May 2025, we've been seeing homes stay on the market for an average of 56 days, the longest span we've seen in 5 years. For real estate agents who are making around 100K to 180K, this shift is posing significant challenges. Buyers who need more convincing due to higher rates and the constant pressure to justify your premium value in a market where quick sales are increasingly elusive. Today, I'm going to share 5 content marketing strategies that are helping leading agents overcome the days on market challenge, even in this high interest rate environment. They're battle tested approaches from agents who are successfully cutting through buyer hesitation and accelerating the path from listing to offer. So, principle number 1, elevate the presentation of your listings for maximum impact. When homes are sitting on the market for an average of 56 days, the longest in nearly 5 years, how you launch and present the listing can make or break the momentum. First impressions are absolutely critical right now. And the launch is when you get the maximum number of eyeballs on your listing. Before you can effectively market any property, you need to elevate how it's showing. This means no shortcuts on presentation. If you can convince the seller to invest in professional staging, that's the best route. Physical staging makes the presentation of the space more meaningful, driving more showings in the crucial first few days. Studies have shown staged homes sell up to 73% faster than non-staged properties. This means no shortcut on presentation. Physical staging makes the presentation of the space more meaningful. It drives more showings, period, in those first crucial few days. Now, if physical staging isn't feasible due to budget or timeline constraints, virtual staging offers a very powerful alternative. It allows buyers to visualize the potential of empty spaces and creates that same emotional connection as physical staging, often at a fraction of the cost. Next, invest in professional HDR photography. This is not negotiable in today's market. Standard photos simply just don't compete anymore. High dynamic range imaging captures the full spectrum in each room, showing bright windows without darkening the interiors. Now, you may have noticed how important video has become. Videos have become a must-have, not a luxury. Buyers expect to see how spaces connect and flow together before they're going to commit to coming for an in-person showing. A professional videographer can capture movement and perspective in ways that still photos just simply can't. Buyers have to really get a sense for the space and the flow of the property is through 3D walkthroughs. Video and 3D walkthroughs don't just pre-qualify buyers by giving them a realistic sense of the layout and space before they come visit in person. It also reduces the amount of time spent on market by 30%. Recently, I know of an agent that won a listing from a seller who had been trying to move it on their own. The agent then went and invested in professional photography, a 3D tour, and virtual staging, essentially relaunching the property to market. This refreshed the presentation and generated 12 showings the following week. It resulted in an offer after the home had been previously sitting on the market for 60 days. So principle number 2 is creating emotional connections through interactive storytelling. So this is now taking a great showing property and elevating how you're packaging it. Once you've elevated the presentation of the physical property and how it's showing, the next step is to transform the standard way of presenting that listing into an interactive story-based experience that's going to captivate serious buyers and keep them considering your property longer. Research confirms that buyers spend 3 times longer engaging with interactive story-based content, which then fosters faster emotional connections and moves qualified buyers down the funnel towards consideration way more quickly. In this cooling market, increasing engagement and holding attention is priceless. The goal here is not just to not be overlooked, but to be deeply considered. Remember, in today's market, simply listing features is just not enough. They're buying a lifestyle, and they're buying the feeling a home evokes. By using interactive storytelling to showcase the lifestyle benefits and unique value propositions of that specific property, you can help buyers visualize themselves in the space and imagine their next stage of life. Instead of the standard 4-bedroom, 2.5-bathroom with backyard approach, craft compelling narratives like imagine Saturday mornings in the sun-drenched kitchen, watching the kids play in the private backyard while planning your walk to the farmer's market just 3 blocks away. Layering on this visual interactivity that is packaged as a story allows your listing to not just stand out and shine amongst a sea of properties that all look the same, but it creates an emotional connection that justifies the price point. That is the power of combining high impact visual presentation with narrative driven lifestyle marketing. Principle number 3. Smart pricing and agile adjustments. So principle number 3 is about using smart pricing, but pivoting quickly if needed. I know I don't need to tell you this, but in a cooling market, overpricing is the kiss of death. Most good agents use data to drive their initial pricing and combine it with a pre-planned adjustment strategy. But nearly 23% of sellers nationwide cut their list price in January as the market slowed. And those who did it strategically saw renewed interest. It's because if you're priced too high, price-sensitive buyers never see your listing as they cap their searches on what they can afford. So by being strategic on how you price and how you pivot, you can increase your buyer pool without losing too much value on the property and create opportunity to then increase visibility. So here's how I'd set up clear expectations with your seller up front. If we don't have X number of showings or an offer in Y days, we'll have to consider a price improvement of Z. Take note that this really only works if you've already gone the mile to invest in the presentation and packaging of the listing. Sellers will get the strategy if you show them a holistic approach to moving their property and don't just push them to drop their price. When price reduction becomes necessary, make an impactful adjustment to hit a new price band, like dropping from $505K to $499. Then relaunch with new messaging that targets the new segment of buyers, effectively treating it as if it's a brand new listing. Now the listing will show up to buyers who might have limited their search to homes below 500K. Principle number 4, implement multi-channel distribution with one cohesive story. By using a multi-channel marketing strategy, you will ensure that your home shows up everywhere potential buyers might be looking. Create a consistent, compelling narrative across all channels to maximize exposure while reinforcing your property's unique value proposition. This includes online portals, social media, email marketing, your MLS, and your agent networks. Successful agents are creating a cohesive story that flows seamlessly across all of these platforms. By using a multi-channel marketing approach, you're ensuring your home shows up everywhere potential buyers might be looking. And if the same buyer sees it in more than one place, they are getting a clear, differentiated story about what makes your property stand out. For example, one successful agent that I know creates a comprehensive distribution checklist for every listing that they do. MLS syndication to all portals like Zillow, Realtor.com, and Redfin. Custom social media posts on Facebook, Instagram, and X. Neighborhood mailers. This leave no stone unturned approach has reduced their average days on market by 40% compared to their competitors in the same market. I know of this one really challenging listing where the same realtor went all out and shared storytelling elements deployed across 8 and more channels, an interactive storybook at the center, Instagram videos highlighting key lifestyle moments, targeted emails to potential buyers that link to the storybook, personal outreach to buyer agents with specific client matching points, and even QR codes on signage linking to the interactive storybook experience. Result, a previously stagnant listing sold within 21 days of implementing this new cohesive approach across many channels, with the buyer specifically mentioning how the storytelling helped them fall in love with the property even before they saw it in person. Principle number 5, convert passive views to active buyers through targeted segmentation. So you want to leverage buyer segmentation to deliver tailored content that speaks directly to the specific buyer motivation for wanting that property, accelerating their decision-making process. So I'm going to say right out of the gate, this is more advanced, but hear me out. Not all buyers are the same, and your property may appeal to different types of people for different reasons. By creating a highly targeted approach and segmenting your buyer audience, you can get a deeper understanding of the different types of buyers your property would appeal to, allowing you then to craft the right story to the right person at the right time. Different buyers have different priorities and hesitations in today's market. It's what we call in marketing buyer personas. By creating segmented content or category content tailored specifically to your buyers' personas, you can address their particular concerns more effectively, moving them from passive browsing to active interests so much faster. Sophisticated segmentation allows you to craft tailored messaging that resonates specifically with that buyer demographic. Modern social media ad platforms makes this precision targeting affordable and really effective. So let's take a property that could appeal to both downsizers and young professionals. Instead of creating one size fits all marketing piece, create two separate content pieces that each tell a different story. One emphasizing single level living and low maintenance for empty nesters, addressing their specific hesitation. And another showcasing the home office space and proximity to urban amenities for young remote workers. By implementing this hyper targeted approach across social media ads and email campaigns, you'll increase the number of qualified showings, which in turn will help speed up the sale. In today's high interest market, where reputation anxiety and seller management fatigue are real concerns, if you want to sell the listing fast, you simply need to do more. Let's face it, it's not 2021 anymore. Leveling up the presentation, packaging the listing with interactive storytelling, launching with a bang, using cohesive multi-channel marketing strategies, and targeted segmentation. That's the power combo of must-haves for not leaving the sale up to chance. The most successful agents in this market aren't just waiting for the market to improve. They're taking control. When every showing counts and buyer engagement is paramount, these strategies provide the unfair advantage needed to sell faster. And the better your listings look and the faster you sell, the easier it will be to get your next listing locked in. So look at the properties you currently have on the market right now and look at them with a critical eye. Can they show better? Can they be packaged with a story? Identify where you can make immediate improvements and then systemize these approaches for all your future listings. Your sellers and your business will thank you as you consistently outperform market expectations. As always, please leave your comments and questions so that we know what you'd like to see in future videos. And please subscribe to make sure you don't miss out on tips that will help you scale your business. Until next time.